Have you ever heard yourself speaking or singing on a recording? I still remember the first time this happened to me, and when I played back the tape, yes, this was in the dark ages of analog recording, I couldn't believe how much different I sounded than what I'd expected. So much so, in fact, that it was almost as if I was hearing an entirely different person. To my chagrin, I sounded less like a velvety Elvis Presley and more like a sad Pee Wee Herman. Because of the resonance created in my skull by my vocal cords, I heard my own voice much differently than the recording revealed. This is the reason many people hate hearing the sound of their own recorded voice. It sounds eerily foreign to them. Do I really sound like that? I believe this same dynamic plays out with many people's metaphorical voice, though without the luxury of a playback button for immediate feedback. They are unaware of how their words and actions are collectively communicating to others. Worse, this lack of awareness may mean that they go about their lives and work behaving in a way that is inconsistent with who they really are, and perhaps even deeply disconnected from their true passions and ambitions. They project who they think they should be and ignore the deeper signals about who they really are. Thus, they fail to infuse their authentic self into their work, and it fails to resonate deeply with others. This is why I believe the most important work you will ever do is the work necessary to develop an authentic voice. I hope throughout this audiobook to make the argument that your voice is both your single greatest possession and the most critical asset you share with the world. It is both the animating force for your best work and also the reason it gets noticed. And in the end, it is the source of both meaning and purpose in your work, and also the most likely generator of any success you experience. By authentic, I mean that your voice is sourced in the interplay of your unique passions, skills, and experiences. Contrary to how the word is often used today, this isn't necessarily about full transparency. Instead, it's about coming to a clear understanding of what you care about, then finding a way to infuse your work with the best of who you are so that it resonates in a unique way with your audience. Your authentic voice is the expression of your compelling why. It defines the space that you are wired to occupy and the unique value you are capable of contributing, which means that if you don't use it, then that contribution is unlikely to ever be seen. Unfortunately, some of the myths about how an authentic voice is developed can be counterproductive. For example, advice such as, just follow your gut, or do what you love and everything will work out, sounds exciting, but often fails to help you achieve lasting results and impact. As you'll hear in the coming audio, developing your voice is not just about what you care about, it's also about how your passions intersect with what others care about. It's not only about what you say or do, it's about how your work is received. The degree to which you develop and use your authentic voice in the course of your work will often determine whether or not you feel invested, effective, and even recognized in the ways that matter personally. On the other hand, it's possible to be recognized for your work in ways that don't matter to you and find that it feels like hollow praise. If you are not making personally meaningful progress in your work, no amount of success in the eyes of others is likely to fill the void. In etymological terms, our word voice is closely tied to the root of the word vocation, which is the term many people use as a substitute for the word job. However, I find it helpful to draw a sharp distinction between the words occupation and vocation. Your occupation is how you make a living, or at least what you spend most of your day doing. Your vocation, on the other hand, is the activity or expression you are naturally drawn to when given latitude over how to spend your focus, assets, time, and energy. It's the sort of work that you feel compelled to do even when no one is paying attention. The active form of your vocation and the way it's experienced by others is your voice.